Well, all season long, our Joel Sebastianelli has followed and covered Michigan closely for us here at BCSN. For the past week, he's been in sunny California for the college football playoff semifinal from the Rose Bowl. Joel joins us now live from Pasadena following the Wolverines' win. Joel, you were down on the field for the post-game celebration. What is this moment like for Michigan?
It was a mixture of jubilation mixed with indignation. When I ran out onto the field when the final play happened, Chris Jenkins ran right up to our camera with a message for everybody. Keep doubting us. Keep doubting us. That's been kind of their whole thing all season long, right? They have been using this kind of doubt as fuel. They're the #1 team in the country, but they feel as though they are underdogs in every game that they go into. They use these attacks on character, these allegations of cheating as fuel to the fire. This team has so much poise under pressure, so much poise under those kind of attacks that even with 2 minutes to go, they need a crucial fourth down conversion, down 7 points in the fourth quarter. And it felt like this team was going to get it done. I know Wolverines fans probably have some scar tissue built up over the last 26 years, but not these guys. Even having lost in the last 2 semifinal games, they said they had a feeling they knew that they could get it done. J.J. McCarthy stood up on that semifinal stage with Jim Harbaugh last year, and he made a promise to Jim, we are going to be back here next year, and we are going to win. He was right. They were more physical than Alabama all night. 6 sacks forced on defense. The offensive line got it done pretty much all night long, and so did the defensive line too, especially on that last play of the game. They sent the house, and now they're going to be calling Houston their home next week.
Well, Joel, you touched on J.J. McCarthy's message a year ago that they were going to get back to this moment. So many players returned for the revenge game following the loss to TCU. What emotions have you seen out of those guys like J.J. and like Blake Corum down on the field where the rose petals are just falling in the victory celebrations?
It's not just those players. It's Jim Harbaugh, too, right? This whole NFL rumor cycle was happening this time last year, and to see the joy that he had, the way he cares for these guys who for the most part were all with him last year, a team that by and large was not assembled in the transfer portal. They came here because they wanted to play for the University of Michigan. They wanted to play for Jim Harbaugh, and they wanted to follow along with this slogan, this motto that Michigan players have been taking to heart for about 50 years. Jim Harbaugh is obviously a Bo Schembechler disciple. He played for Bo. And back in 1969, Bo told his players, those who stay will be champions. Jim Harbaugh tells his guys that too. And even though the last 2 seasons haven't ended the way they've wanted, so close to that championship they crave, they believe that those who stay will be champions. Like, you look at the offensive line. They do have one transfer there in Drake Nugent, but 148 total starts. This is a unit that has grown together, that trusts each other, and wants to play for a championship at Michigan. You mentioned J.J. McCarthy. He's the offensive MVP. 221 yards, 3 touchdowns. And it is worth noting, the last time Michigan beat Alabama with a comeback in overtime, their quarterback, a guy named Tom Brady. Jim Harbaugh said tonight, J.J. McCarthy is the best Michigan quarterback of all time in college. I think it's fair to say that for sure after what we saw tonight, and who knows what we're going to see next week in Houston, Carly.
All right, Joel, the Wolverines are celebrating. You've had a long day that started this morning at the parade, so we're going to get you off, get you having some fun, enjoy these moments and some much needed rest after a phenomenal performance. Thank you so much, Joel. We will have more reactions from the Rose Bowl coming up later in the show as we await to see who their opponent will be between Texas and Washington from the Sugar Bowl.